Welcome to Moody's Mixer, one of our prostate cancer, no fear necessary. Here we are, a beautiful day out here today. Well, today I'm going to talk about something that's been very dear to my heart, really the majority of my life. A joy, a love of aviation. Even though the first time I flew, I cried. I remember seeing this humongous plane, and I remember just crying and saying, "Mom, I'm not going to get on that plane." You know, she was like, "Boy, yes you are." And see, I'm here at this FBO. At airports, they have FBOs. Those are the smaller airports. That's where the private planes come in. So celebrities and athletes and stuff, they have these private planes. And so what happens is they get to fly into these FBOs. I learned to fly at Briscoe Park in Gwinnett County. But one of the things about flying on your own is that you got more control of how you fly, when you fly. That's why this IFR and VFR has been so important to me in my life. So here you are, you see we're at the FBO. It's nice, it's neat. You know, this is where you can kind of, you can kind of be that baller. You're just like, man, I'm flying here. I'm not with everybody else. The whole airport is the club itself because everybody in there is flying private. Even me and my little plane that I used to fly, I was going in the FBO. Now, what we get ready to do, we get ready to go fly this plane. The issue is, what are the conditions today? No, it's a little cloudy, a little clear. Hey, the tower says, hey, it's only VFR required today, which means, hey, I'm a visual flyer. I'm a VFR certified pilot, so I can go up today. So there's two different flight rules. VFR, which means the visual flight rules, which means it has to be a clear day when you have VFR. IFR is when it's a cloudy day and you have to use your instruments to fly. So visual flight rules means I have to see everything. Sometimes when you're flying, you need those instruments. Journey with cancer, I had to make a decision choosing one particular method to make this a successful journey. Right off the bat, what I realized that death was not an indicator anymore. I wanted to just live this life to the best of my ability, whatever I have left. It was really a wake-up call. It wasn't, Corey, I got a cancer diagnosis, now you're about to die. So now I had to learn how to fly IFR. That's when I knew I had to graduate from visual flight rules to instrument flight rules. I know what these instruments are telling me, as long as I look at them, I should be fine. He said, okay, Corey. So what he did, he had a big piece of paper and he covered my face, covered my eyes. So now the only thing I can see are the instruments. And he said, you ready? And I said, yes, sir. So he put the board, I couldn't see, I had to look at the three instruments. After about 15 seconds, he had to grab his yoke. He told me, look up. He dropped it and look up. We tilted. I'm doing all type of stuff because I couldn't see. But I thought the instruments were telling me I'm level. I'm not losing altitude. And it was completely off. Just changing my senses gave me a complete off-course experience. But what it taught me was I have to be able to trust these instruments. How God talks to me in my life. I can say I believe I trust God in all these areas of my life. But was I flying VFR or IFR? What was happening at that time? But what I realized is that I had to trust God from this point on. Because there are times that we're going to have cloudy and conditions. I have to rely on Him. God is telling me, son, I need you to rely on me. So now, I had to get my instrument rating. But when that instructor covered my eyes, and I thought it was just as simple, click on the switch. The hours and hours that I had in the air flying, I've always looked at the instruments. It wasn't that I wasn't looking at the instruments, but I wasn't relying on the instruments. What I was relying on were my visual, what I saw. And when he covered my eye and I had to rely on the instruments, I was about to kill us both. And what made me understand, just doesn't happen I know sometimes we think God is genie in the bottle. It sounds so simple and so spiritual. Oh, just pray, just do this. It's a process. It's nothing really works and grows without having processes and systems. My journey with cancer, it's a process, but it's a process of life now. It's not a process of death, trying to rid cancer so I don't die, I won't die. Because I'm going to die regardless. Diagnosis taught me was now it's time to live. Now it's time to fly with my instruments. What God is showing me, what God is telling me. That's where my life is now. And that's why this journey is showing me God is in control. And sometimes I get off course, but guess what? I can't look because I'm in cloudy conditions. I have to rely. I can't panic. I have to feel with the instruments. Now I have to look at all three of them in combination. I have to give it to God because that Trinity that He's given us keeps me level when I can't see. Once I got that cancer diagnosis, I knew I had to click into IFR mode because I have to rely on God more and more. I have to rely on those instruments. And that's why this journey has become so powerful for me. And I've won this battle. And I know the fight and the questions are going to be, Corey, you died of prostate cancer. And guys, I'm not sick or anything like that. I'm not about to die or anything like that. I'm making a point that when I die, what I die from is irrelevant. I've won this battle now. I want to thank you for tuning in to Moody's Mixer, winner of prostate cancer, no fear necessary. If you get a chance, please hit the like button, hit the comment button, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. I need you to hit something to let me know that you're there. I hope you enjoyed this episode. God bless. Can I rely on these instruments? And I have